Powell just spoke, and the market is jumping like we got stimulus checks. But it's dangerous. Before you rush in and YOLO your portfolio, let's talk about what this really means. Because while everyone is bullish on crypto Twitter, the truth is ugly. Rate cuts won't save us this time. They are just proof the system is breaking. Look at housing, already unaffordable. Rate cuts mean we are about to light this market on fire. Look at stocks, overpriced already. But sure, let's hand them another hit of free money. And crypto, it's already front-running everything. The dumb money is back. It will be great, that's for sure. But we have to manage our risk because it's not as clear as you may think. The Powell pivot isn't a green light. It's a signal that the Fed has run out of road. That doesn't smell good. So today, we are unpacking the 3 most important things Powell said. But more importantly, what they don't want to say out loud and how it will impact us. Let's break down the 3 biggest signals Powell dropped. The first signal is GDP is tanking. Here is the quote. He said, GDP growth has slowed notably in the first half of this year to a pace of 1.2%, roughly half the 2.5% pace that we had in 2024. Translation? The US economy just hit the brakes. It's very bad. This is Powell admitting we have a problem. Rate cuts aren't optional anymore. We don't have a choice, but he still don't want to do it. So that's bad. The second signal is jobs. Jobs are on thin ice. He said downside risks to employment are rising. And if those risks materialize, they can do so quickly. He is basically pre-warning a wave of firings without saying it outright. Let's be real. If people are worried about keeping their jobs, they are not buying stocks. They are not buying crypto. It's bad for us too, you know. They will be canceling Netflix. They will be skipping dinner. They will stop buying stuff. That's bad for everyone. I want to insist on that. And then there is a third signal. The tone literally flipped. He said, when our goals are intention like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Both sides? Last year, Powell was all about fighting inflation. Now he's preaching balance. Sides. It doesn't look like him. The moment the word balance enters a Fed speech, it means one thing. They are panicking. They have to do the hard choices. And the cherry on top, he continued saying the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. Adjusting the policy stance, it means rate cuts. That's a message for Wall Street. It's not something to be happy about. It's a code message saying that the pivot is here. Please don't crash. It's coming. It's coming. Please don't crash the markets. It doesn't feel good at all. So what do we do with that? What does that mean for us? Because it's a message for Wall Street. For our money, what about our money, our investments? After all, that's what's important for me and for you who is watching this video, right? Let me break it down in plain language. The Fed knows the economy is slowing. People will be losing jobs and credit's drying up, so they are preparing to stimulate again. That sounds great on paper, that sounds great on Twitter, but before you sprint into Bitcoin or altcoins singing "We are about to moon," hold up. The macro environment isn't clean. It's not like 2020 when rates dropped and money printers went printing. Now we have got inflation still lingering, rates that are still high, wars, geopolitics getting crazy, and most importantly, the average person is broke and exhausted. You've seen the charts. Mortgage rates over 7%. Medium home price still unreachable. Credit card debt all-time high. Savings gone. So when Powell hints at adjusting policy stance, he is not unlocking magical liquidity. He is reacting to the fact that people can't buy a house, can't borrow money, and can barely hold on. So this isn't as bullish as we may think. It's a last-minute move to avoid watching the economy crash. So yeah, risk assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum might bounce, but retail investors are too squeezed to jump in full force like they did in 2020. And smart money knows that. So the market's front-running rate cuts. That's great, but it's built on sand. We have to play it safe. Don't go all in on anything, not in this economy. But don't just sit there either. My move, and it's not financial advice, I call it cautious offense. Start scaling back in slowly into high conviction assets. The first bucket will be obvious, of course, Bitcoin and ETH. If liquidity is coming, they will be the first to catch it. Not your favorite meme coin. Sorry. Not your favorite altcoin. Sorry. It will be Bitcoin and ETH first. And we saw that. That started already. As soon as Powell's speech was over. But build your position bit by bit, because we'll talk about risks in a minute. Second bucket? Check the sectors that front-run narrative hype. The bounce will be greater for those ones, like DeFi, new L1 and L2s, maybe RWAs. If you can see the future, it makes sense. We will have congestions on the old L1s. So, of course, new L1s and L2s will overperform. What about RWAs? They are the perfect vehicle for institutions that want to move their money on-chain to crypto. But again, slow and steady, be strategic, stay liquid, and don't buy into the everything is fixed now fantasy. It's not the case. Because, let's be real, even this setup isn't bulletproof. Even if rate cuts do happen in September, guess what? The market might already be over it. It's already being priced in now. The best moment to act was just after, or maybe before, Powell's speech. Now, if Powell gives us a boring, tiny cut in September, or maybe just one, and then after that, nothing, it could nuke the hype. Buy the rumor, sell the news. We saw that before. We are not in 2020 anymore, I say that. It could be bloody. We will have some bad volatility. Risk 2. What if the data turns? What if CPI or PCE prints come in hot next month? All of this goes out the window. Powell won't think twice about slamming the brakes again. Powell is a data guy, and data can betray you really fast. That's why it's all about position sizing. Leave a more on the side. Set alerts. Watch the macro calendar like your portfolio depends on it. Because it does. There is still room for disappointment, my friends. So beware. What do you think of that? If Powell cuts rates, in September, what is your move? What if he doesn't? Are you holding? Are you buying? Or are you just waiting for the next numbers to confirm and then make a decision? Are you waiting on the side? Let's compare plans in the comments. I'm Cédric. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.